Hi guys, welcome to another video. We're back today with another Fallout settlement tour. And with me here today I have my friend Gibbons.
Hello. Okay, right, so where are we touring?
So we're here in the Mechanist's Lair.
Is the Mechanist in, or have you moved her out?
The Mechanist is in. In my playthrough I sided with her, so in fact one of the reasons why I built here is on the premise of I know a guy, you know, like I have a friend. You know, I know someone who has a big open space, you know.
I'm glad that you put thought into the premise.
Oh, there's tons of thought. There's so much lore that, like, is written in my head canon. Well, this has been maintained to maintain the facade that this is an abandoned building. Basically, we need to still make it look like this place is abandoned, even though it's not. See, we go down in the lift.
Oh, that's creepy without.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's very weird. I'm sorry, I should be noticing all. I say you're fine building work. This is a lift.
Yeah,
I expect elevator music.
This hasn't been tampered with yet. This is the entrance. So,
it's the freight entrance.
The freight entrance. There we go.
No innuendo.
We're going into the facility chamber. Right. So first things first. There's a particular faction that is based at this.
Okay.
And there's a clue here to tell you which faction it is.
The lamp is jumping out at me.
Who uses the lantern in Fallout 4 as the icon?
Railroad?
It is the railroad.
Because it's a railway. It's a railway man's bull lamp, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
So, like in the main story, I sided with the railroad.
Can we take the lamp with us?
The lamp's actually built there. That's built and placed. So again, like with the entrance above, this bit has been left deliberately abandoned, so that only railroad agents would know that this facility is here. So this has always been kept deliberately abandoned looking.
It does look fairly abandoned. I mean, there is a door. Oh, no trespassing, that'll ward them off.
Yeah, government property, no trespassing. So, you know, it might turn a few people away. Well, why they'd be here, I don't know.
People do inherently respect signs.
So, actually behind the doors, we actually have the railroad trading facility.
Railroad lamp, as described.
Railroad lamp and sign and flag.
I didn't mean the sign on the flag. Yeah.
So, as soon as you come in through this, the one and only entrance, we boarded up all of you. You'll find that you are, one, carefully watched by security, and there is obviously defense.
It's a bit more threatening than like a guy with a nightstick, so
it's very much secure.
There is a chance of it being.
So we've got a bench.
Under the eyes of the gun. Have eyes, have ears, and the walls and eyes have ears. I like this.
Yeah, we're an espionage company, aren't we? Like, it's all about espionage in the real world. The walls have eyes, the walls have ears. So, you have to come check your weapons. So there are settlers that wander around in this in the armory space. There's no just wandering in, you know, it's all very regulated.
I have to ask, and I have a grim feeling I know the answer. Did you individually place those shells and bullets?
Maybe. Yes, I did.
You did.
Yeah, I did totally place all those. Everything's placed. Like, basically the whole thing is empty as this room.
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
Even all these, like, red struts and this flooring above us and stuff, it's all...
So are they all separate?
Yeah, they're all separate individual components. So, once you've checked your weapons and who you are and that you are the agent you claim to be...
Have we checked our weapons?
Well, there's no one there right now. Plus, you know, I'm one of, like, the most recognisable members. 2 railroad members, obviously, not 2 other factions.
Not other factions.
Everyone knows who I am.
Okay, fair enough. So we have checked our metaphysical.
This
I'm just
is the entrance.
all the time. Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi there.
Is this your weapons cloak?
No, that's actually one of our medical.
Yes.
Or more explicitly, someone who works with the Sims.
The one who works with this. Yeah, the pistol's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
They may have escaped.
Yeah, they may have. Yeah, everyone's free to wander. That's our weapons trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How to aim a gun.
He seems very dedicated. He was, until we walked a little closer, dedicated to staring at that red eye beam.
I was making sure I wasn't doing anything.
He's full marks for 10. And then is that part of the original sort of walkway above us at the top of the
Yes.
frame? Yeah.
So these blue walkways with the yellow railings, they're about the only thing.
Yeah, well,
originally
I guess
here.
I know it's quite an inch space.
So you see, I've got settlers dressed up in the railroad gear. You know, like they
Yep.
are the railroad
They are
agents
very
and
well
so on. So we'll just have a look at the armory.
Hi, how are you?
So this is where most of the secure weaponry is. So, you know, we don't want an issue.
You've got your laser rifles, your miniguns, your the good stuff.
Yeah, and when space and lockers and so on.
Although I really do like your gun rack. I'm impressed with it. I do think that the gun racks are hugely spaced on this.
They are. I think at this point you can only get one weapon on. Well,
I mean, that is not an efficient use.
no, but it looks cool. Obviously, we've got real rifles everywhere. Well, not real rifles, sorry, the Gauze rifles, which tends to be the. You'll be pleased to know that not every single item is hand placed. A lot of it, about 90%. So, for example, the fusion cells and the shotguns on the box there are hand placed.
Yep.
Everything on the shelves are mods. That is just like an auto selection of a shelf.
Okay, so it's like a set shelf.
Yeah.
That's
It maintains your sanity.
yeah, that's it. I think
It
I would.
obviously still looks all very nice. You have to think
Yeah, oh
about it.
yeah, it's great to look at. Did you place everything under the stairs?
No, because those are already here. So I accommodate as much of the
So
stuff that's
you've
already-
accommodated
yeah.
the pre-built stuff.
I tried. So the toolboxes and the dolly,
Yeah.
I did place. The things and the washing machine. The
The
metal crates,
the packing crates, and
packets
the, yeah.
files and so on, they were already there.
Something I would find really interesting for your self is if you do a before and after shot. So maybe like look at that, and then do like a pan reveal to show what it was.
That's something that would be easy enough to do on like PC, but it's kind of awkward on Xbox. There isn't, you don't have a straight command to just scrap all, you know, like remove all the items.
But you could. I mean, you know roughly where you stand. So you can
Yeah.
just stand in the same place and then just
in another game file. And
Yeah, I mean it's doable.
I like the idea of the clerk who sits.
I like the way there's a mini nuke.
Yeah.
Is that in case someone hands in a weapon and they get shirty?
Yeah.
Oh, stitch this Jimmy. Boom.
Pretty much. And this is for when they're bored when they're on duty. Like, you know, they're obviously just playing with the bullets.
I really, really wanted them to be in a lamp pattern, or even a railway pattern. Although obviously the railroad,
Well,
nothing to do with railways.
if you want something like that, you need to go check out the Creative Atom. You saw
I've seen the Atom logo of mini nukes and yeah.
candles and all sorts.
Need more water.
Right, so this is the miniatrium. And what I wanted to do here, I wanted to create something that felt similar to the initial railroad hideout.
Question:
Yes.
is the giant phase in the wall there by default?
No, the giant sim pen is added.
I suspect that.
But then...
Yeah, but
sim
that's
doesn't-
the whole rapture thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
So, this guy on the right here, he's actually the head of the facility here. So he is our chief railroad operative. So basically...
is he your signaller? Signaller?
Well, to be
Conductor?
fair, within the canon, I actually answer to him. Because I'm just one of the agents. I'm like one of the highly skilled main agents, but I'm an agent, whereas he's basically like Desdemona's right-hand man. That's why he runs the facility here.
I know the railroad have theoretical ranks. What are they? Do you know?
It's more just agents by...
So again, an entire section of rail-based sort of thematics that they
It's
missed.
missed, yeah, unfortunately.
No, you're a signalman. You've been promoted to train guard. You're a conductor.
But this is meant to be like the big like conference table where everything's been debated. When you go into the railroad, they're all
Yeah.
stood around the big table.
So yeah,
and
this is like
everything.
I feel it should almost be a giant map of the Commonwealth. You know, the sort of traditional.
If I had something I could put down there, I would.
Yeah, like the World War II operators where they're pushing little things
Yeah.
about
But
with
what we
slides.
have got is very deliberate choices of what's on the table.
Bullets, guns and bullets. Is that where your armory guy sits by any chance? I think not the soldiers
Now,
you're looking for should completely
You know, you're
be on
asking
the
about
door.
individually placed objects.
Yes.
That magnifying glass is individual.
Are those cigarettes?
Yes. Including the lit one. The lit one is not part of the ashtray.
Tray, so
I have placed the lit one in the ashtray. Because it's the lit one, so it would be. And we've got all our top secret documents that actually say confidential.
on the table.
Yeah.
Real great at espionage.
Well, because this is where these will probably be our files on, like, you know, known simps and so on. That say out in the Commonwealth. You know, like the ones that have escaped from the Institute and they don't know they're simps. And so on, because
So it's equal rights for simps, yeah?
Yeah, because we're going to bring them in and we're going to free their memories. You know, we're going to clear it up for them, then they can...
But you still put them in a list. Yeah, Marvel had a whole civil war about that very topic.
That very thing. I like that one. Squeaky floorboards.
I'm so.
All the pens and clipboards all individually placed.
Yeah.
Getting the drop on copy. He's very well versed in this. And as you might see, we have a certain...
Oh, well,
that's
that's improved it tenfold. If not more.
So...
Oh, hello.
Hello. So, one of the main reasons, like the narrative and the canon for me, why this facility exists, is when you side with the Railroad to actually bring down the Brotherhood, all you do is you steal a vertibird and you use that to infiltrate the Predwin, set charges and blow it up. So, I thought it was really disappointing on some level that Liberty Prime does not actually play a part
In the Railroad.
in the fight.
Yeah.
If you side with the Railroad, because all that happens is the Predwin crashes onto him while he's still in his, you know, docking
It's still in
station.
his bay, yeah.
Yeah. So, in my mind, I was like, well, why would we leave him? Like, the Railroad have just brought down the Brotherhood.
I like the way
They went,
I like,
go and scavenge
yeah.
him.
I like the way you've put the gantries. It reminds me of the Pacific.
Yeah, right? These gantries are here by default.
Mm.
And I built him into them because he fitted so well. So, my logic was, oh look, we've brought down the Brotherhood. We're obviously gonna, it's the apocalypse, it's the wasteland, we're gonna scavenge what we can. Which includes the giant robot. Now, the Railroad have now got a scavenged and salvaged in Liberty Prime, and they're like, what the hell do we do with this? It won't fit in the church. At which point, my character is like, oh wait, I know a guy.
So this is the this is where the Mechanist plays a part.
Yes, I introduced the Railroad friends to the Mechanist, and basically convinced the Mechanist to let us use the facility. Now, being the Mechanist, she loved the idea of having Liberty Prime to toy around with.
Well, yeah.
So she's more than happy to have him on board, have him down here. We've got a local expert who's a robotics expert, and we will be able to prime this guy up in case we ever need him.
I'm going to prime Liberty
Yeah.
Prime. I like it.
On this, so we've got the. I like that ladder is an attempt to get further up to work up the robot, and then it's just like it's not doing enough. So I'm trying to get higher up the robot to work on it.
It's just not really working.
So that's the mark of armor the Railroad actually used. 51B is
Yeah,
the actual
51B, yeah.
typical.
It's also the
Railroad
typical,
uses,
it's the Fallout armor, isn't it? It's
like the original.
the
So the actual robot workbench. It's the Mechanist Lair, and we've
Yeah,
got Liberty
yeah.
Prime here. We're not going to not have a
robot workbench. Yeah, well, you kind of need
A weapons bench.
and a fusion core generator.
Yeah, you can see that's the walled off section of the armory.
Yeah,
Storage. Like,
yeah.
I had to put those metal grates
The red grates in. Yeah,
so it actually secures it.
So
Otherwise, you could just move those crates to get into the armory.
that would make it particularly unsecure.
But this is the main power for the facility, which all runs along the walls. All these wires do go along all the different to provide lighting for everything. There we got here. So this is one of the doors you were on about.
Oh yes, it's one of the.
Like it's been walled up.
Yeah,
Quite neatly walled up.
that is very neatly walled up actually.
So you actually even sort of
It looks
notice
like one of the textures from the castle.
that. It's intended to look a bit like the church.
Yeah. Well, it's brickwork, isn't it?
Yeah, brickwork is
That's
something that's repeated as a theme in order to create the sense of the railroad. To get a feel for
So
it.
not railways or anything like that,
No.
but bricks.
No, bricks.
So
So we've got.
the
so
table is made of bricks.
These are actually
yeah.
crate chairs, which you didn't see earlier.
Yes.
The
yeah.
table is made of the brick mountings on top.
Yeah.
And the sheet metal has been lowered and placed precisely so that it looks like there's bricks placed on the top of it to keep it secure. So those are all like the top edge bricks of the wall.
Oh, I see.
So I've lowered it so they look like the bricks placed on top.
I
To
guess
weigh it
it's
down.
not quite a brick depth, but I am just being nitpicky.
Yeah, it just works enough.
Yeah.
These are additional workstations where people are working.
Just so hungry all the time.
That's steam vent rising out the floor.
That is steam rising on the floor.
That is not going to be good for that.
Yeah, I know, but it's
The
a wreck anyway.
humidity.
So that's the Mechanist wandering about up there.
Yeah.
Obviously, and of course we have our railroad banner.
Yeah.
Now marking out this location,
Yeah.
which fits so well.
Yeah,
between
it does.
those
Yeah, it does look
struts.
like it's meant to be held there.
It's
doesn't
actually
it?
secured by those struts.
But yeah, you've pinched it in it.
So one of the aspects of the train facility is we have the workout area over here.
A weight bench and a treadmill.
So that's an
Oh, and a
actual-
vault horse.
We've got a vault
Who
horse.
is going to vault over that horse?
I can do, but I will probably kill the frame rate and crash the game. If
No,
I
I don't mean that. I mean, but, in its actual placement. If somebody vaulted over that, they're going to nut the wall.
It's more for strength training than it.
And a particularly small boxing ring.
This is for training unarmed combat, which is something they do actually teach you. So we've got our mannequins, to fight against.
Oh, so you've got like training mannequins.
Yep. So we've got a raider and a gunner.
I must admit, I would rather punch the gunner. If I'm doing unarmed combat, I do not want to punch the guy wearing metal and spikes.
But that's why it's there to train with. So our cowboy trainer
I
will be teaching new recruits.
Just spin back. I can't help but look at the radio and like, are you my mammy?
Yeah. And I look, it's such a cool looking gas mask, but that comes to mind every time.
Every time. It's, I mean, there's been plenty of things that have been used that before, but yeah, that's...
You'll like this touch, so you know the big head you're on about.
The synth
I
head.
very strategically placed it on the wall, so what it looks like it's, staring out the recruits.
Yeah,
And so that it looks like it's got a pupil and an eye.
it does. Oh,
So it's actually looking at you.
that is...
Because that particular light is actually mounted on the wall naturally.
So that's part of the...
That's part of the lair, but I
Right.
placed that face over it, so it looks like it's actually got like an eternal eye.
I'm impressed and horrified at your attention.
The treadmill works.
I had already noticed it was wired in.
I was like, look. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it is an actual functioning
that's it.
treadmill.
I like the way the
The decal doesn't move.
yeah, the sort of the mud is stuff.
But yeah, so again, there'll be different. Frame rate. But that is wired in as a functioning treadmill. Which
Yeah.
wires its way all the way back.
Yeah, like
down
I say,
to
I have seen. I've been playing
future.
Spot the Wires now. If you're watching them.
So over this side of the main hall. Food. So it's meant to be self-sufficient, self-contained facility, so we don't need to be primary and packing lots of all the time and all
Yeah.
supplies. So we have our own water tower. So this is where all the water's kept in. Again, feels like something that would have been here anyway. It's not unbelievable to imagine there wouldn't have been like it could have been. Such a
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah. Like I said, there's, it's sort of
Which again, the wiring does go all the way
does
across
go
the ceiling and the
does
walls.
go all the way through legitimately.
We've got all our storage crates and jugs and jars for when we need.
Yep.
And we have a little cooking
A little
space.
food prep area.
Yeah, so we'll have our little.
Yeah. And, there's an alcohol section.
Those pipes there are actually on the back of the cooking. So the pipes are out the back of the hole.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're not
yeah.
just going.
You are underground in an enclosed building, but fair enough. Now I see you see your effort there.
There's a little bit. The idea is there's ventilation in this. I mean, it naturally has like no steam.
So, in your secret facility, is anybody going to notice the clouds of steam?
No, it's fine. I don't notice it.
Okay,
That's just assumed to be damage and destruction.
I suppose it is.
And
That's fair. Like,
these are
restrooms.
restrooms.
I had just seen them.
So this is the restroom.
Unisex.
Unisex
quite
restrooms.
progressive, I suppose.
We've got a curtain. That's about the extent of your privacy.
That curtain is not going to show.
It slides down the rail. Yeah. In my mind.
In your
that's what it
mind.
does.
I was expecting someone to just like pick up the bottom and pin it across.
The extent of the toilets. But there is actually toothpaste and the toothbrush that everyone keeps dropping on the floor, which are hand placed. Like toilet rolls, shower units, and they're interactive.
Although
those are
obviously
interactable toilets.
only this side gets toilet roll, the other side gets a cloth.
Yep.
I can imagine toilet paper being
But,
somewhat of a luxury.
There is very much a deliberate reason why the toilets are immediately next to where we need fertilizer.
Yes. That is true. I mean, your other option was to just stash a Brahmin down here and use that, I suppose. Someone might hear them move.
So that's most of the ground floor, but we do have one more room. And we have our little robot friend. This is Klaxon.
This unit is ready to serve.
Hey Klaxon, you go turn around. Hey.
Uh,
So he's basically this facility's equivalent of Pam. You know, so he's our comm bot. But basically the idea is he's like a communications robot, so he's our comm expert, so he'll be on the radio.
I've just noticed on the left, if you just spin left a minute, that you've actually labelled armory above armory.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that we missed that on the first bit. That's quite.
Yeah,
well
we got a lot, the signs above everything.
Yeah, I saw
restroom
the
sign,
restroom.
the armory sign. I'll point out some of the others. Yeah. So this is the comm room. So this is where we communicate with our agents out in the field.
Oh, that is nice.
It's nice, isn't it?
That's very well done. Since liberated, I like it. You know,
We've got to keep a count, keep the morale up.
keep them rolling. We are doing something.
So we've got our little bits of paperwork and filing, so we know what's going on and who's where. We've got our records of which Sims have actually been liberated.
I'd like to think that because of the sort of the styling, that it does take that entire computer just to power 2 numbers.
We've got our notice board.
No.
Oh.
Have you seen this synth?
Have you seen this cat, which is Deacon?
Yeah.
Supplies for anyone going out in the field, so distress beacons and
Yeah.
stealth boys.
And stealth boys, yeah.
A
A projector and a projector screen. I like the way there is somewhere to project onto.
We have our explanation for trainees of what all our railroad markings are out in the wasteland. So this is a cache, this is an ally, this is danger, this means there's a dead drop nearby.
That's
This
a safe
is a
house.
safe house, this is the railroad. So, you know, they get taught our methods of communicating. And do you notice how there's
Water pump.
a chalk on the computer console?
Oh. That chalk's not the same thickness as those lines.
They do it sideways.
Okay. Well, good answer, well prepared. Is Mr. Pebbles the mascot for the communications room?
No, it just keeps a morale up. I think it's the particular comm guy.
It's the sort of the hang in there kitty.
Yeah. So, Sims welcome. Anti-synth activities will not be tolerated. Nice reminder, you know, let the people out of the wasteland know.
I would consider putting that on the way in.
Well, this is
know.
for communicating with people out in the waste.
Okay.
We need
So
to remind them.
it's the reminder of how you speak to them.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's your prompts for the person in the call centre.
I would find it hysterical if, like, you know, the Brotherhood have raided here, they've come rampaging through.
Oh, we've got plans for that.
Yeah, they've laid desolation to it all. They get in here and they go, oh, anti-synth activity is not to be tolerated. I'll leave.
You'll see up above in a minute, but this is the power to the actual comms relay, or above. So yeah, we've got. I mean, I am particularly proud of the Sims.
I do quite like
I think
that.
it's a really nice touch. It feels as though it would be here.
Does this door go in, or is it just a hole?
No, this is for crawl spaces.
Oh,
Crawl space training. So one plan I did originally have, but I didn't get around to because the game's got to its limit before I could do it. I was going to actually take a selection of notes, like place there.
Yeah, I can see that.
I was going to take a selection of notes and place them in different containers around the facility. And the idea is that was your dead drop training. So you had to actually find all the
dead dropped.
The dead dropped objects.
I could just see that as something that everyone's around the table. Right, recruits, tonight for dinner, it's crawl space training. Your Brahmin has been stashed in these vents. See if you can find it.
So we do need like room and board for a few people.
Well, you would hope so.
There's one of that. I like to think that she's someone she's a scavenger or a merchant, or that's her pose out in the wasteland. So you know she's someone who came by the railroad and just joined their ideals, and like you know want to sign up. But so she's here at the moment resupplying.
There we go.
Oh, look at that! Look at that on
That's
Overwatch.
a great pose.
That is brilliant. That is a nice picture. That might even. Let's move on before we crash.
I was like, please crash now. Yeah, they end up being a screenshot.
So, this is actually the living quarters. So this is where recruits come and go.
Is that the punishment bed?
No, there's a few. Like it's training for living out in the wasteland as an agent, so it's going to be a little bit.
I'm just so.
It's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
luxury,
I don't.
so-
Like I say, I don't think people need that much training on how to sleep.
But they're not to get comfortable.
Okay.
You know, it's not a luxury. We don't want people thinking they're just going to live here, sort of thing. You know, when they've been taken in from the wastes, they've been trained. So we have our selection of clothes for our disguises, because the railroad needs to be able to get into our different settlements. So we've got all sorts all around the place.
Is there any space for people to store their own clothes?
That's like in these cupboards and drawers.
In the duffel bags and.
And of all the relevant particular pin-ups you find in military locations.
Yeah, I say I was expecting that.
This is the Institute pin-up. So it's the pin-up of an Institute soldier. as
She's
it were.
got such like 1960s femme fatale hips.
This is the main communication array. So that is what's actually powered by the generator directly below it. It's high up in the facility and it as it can be, and is in immediate access.
It emits all those harmful radiation waves.
Yeah. That's the punishment.
Yeah, that's fairly punishment. Yeah.
Although I also think this one's pretty harsh because this is directly under the shelf of hammers, tools, saws, and pieces of wood.
And so,
repairing.
yeah. You sit up too quickly in the night and end up nailing yourself to the bed.
Not enough.
So while we're here, we'll go up to the last top.
Tired of.
But so this is actually built from shipment containers,
Yeah.
are suspended from the ceiling.
That's not dangerous at all.
It's the apocalypse. Who cares about helmets?
Well, me if I was studying one of them.
But this has been our best use of space in order to actually get up to and access Prime.
Yeah, although apparently people are
And
just.
it's also good for Overwatch as well.
Yeah.
Our spotlights come on. It doesn't look like it is, but it is. You've got the spotlight
That's
on
what
Prime.
that's projecting. Oh, I can't actually see the edge of it on
Yeah.
the lines.
And we may have a build behind you.
Yeah, I saw that when
You're
we were on
ready
the
to
ground.
go.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
I had noticed that from the ground.
When Prime is ready. But yeah, and then we've got a bit more storage up here, and we're just. So we'll go through the back this time. So I was working on putting together an ammo production.
Yeah.
Which it can't. I was going to play crates and boxes and stuff.
An
It's
ammo
catched
there,
out, but
and-
again, frame rate died on me, and I couldn't really build anything.
I
else.
really do think you should do it floor by floor. I feel we're missing out on some of your. I don't want to say you.
I had it all wired in and all working. And that is powered by that generator.
Power
on the
by the
opposite side of-
generator.
Now, one thing I did add, it's a small little touch, but I actually put doors back into these door frames. when there
Yes,
weren't
because they're not usually.
any. Yeah. So, inherently, this door frame is the edge of the settlement build. You can't actually build past here.
Right. Okay. So the
Normally, but the mod I've used allows me to build a
Like I
bit
say,
further.
I don't remember all the typing
No,
monkeys.
this is the basic Mechanist room. So this, I put some lights on the ceiling to add the atmosphere that they're made. I haven't really put any.
I really don't remember the typing monkey.
No, they're definitely here. They're
Yeah,
all-
I
all Robo Rays.
obviously just don't remember them.
I reckon they're probably something that kills them. And I can't do anything about them.
No. It's part of the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the Mechanist's iBot friend.
ED2.
So I left the Mechanist's room. I was like, this could be hers. This is her thank you.
I have a feeling that it was a somewhat binary choice for her.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us use the facility, or die.
So yeah. So, but the main purpose for the back rooms here is backs. This is actually where we use Sims, new liberated Sims,
Okay.
to help them adopt new personalities.
Help them adjust.
Sort new personalities, erase memories, do whatever we need to do. So this is our sim retention facility. This is actually our medical.
Okay, yeah. So another robo workbench, that would make sense.
Yep. So this is a robo workbench, which you've played Far Harbor, yeah?
Yes, I've done Far Harbor.
This is a robo workbench with the addition of Demon's chair in it.
Oh, yes!
So you actually put a human-sized
Human
synth in the unit,
Yeah.
and you do all your work on the
All
synth
your reprogramming and bits and pieces.
and everything else they need.
That's a nice touch.
But obviously, it includes things like IV bags and blood and all the rest of it, which are placed there. But antiseptic, blood packs, and circuitry, the things that make Sims.
Yeah, that's all the synth basic components right there.
So we've got scanners. We've got this is from the Vault-Tec thing. It's the
It's an optician's
machine,
chair,
the optician's chair. With dialing systems and everything for that. We've got a memory lounger.
The memory lounger, which is obviously going to be...
is surrounded by all the memory banks that you get.
Yes, so you've got
I've deliberately got the memory banks with the memory lounger, so this is how we actually,
This is how you store or reprogram or apply memories.
This is all meant to be feeds from around the facility and outside the facility. See, we've got security in here.
Yeah, okay.
So we're in case we're aware of attack, in case the facility ever gets discovered. Because one thing the railroad has to do a lot of is actually be prepared in case the incident.
Yeah.
So in my headcanon, this facility would have been built and made before I removed the Institute.
Okay, so you've got preparedness against the Institute.
So we've got preparedness against the Institute, preparedness against the Brotherhood.
Well, obviously, secrecy is your sort of key.
Yes,
defense.
secrecy is the main thing, but just in case, we have some last-minute protocols. One of which includes a panic room for the Sims. Do you remember doing the Bunker Hill mission, where there's the Sims that are hiding down in the basement where they're attacked?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, this little sneaky button here opens our panic room.
Ah, I like it.
So if ever the facility actually comes under attack and we have any escapee Sims currently in residence, this is where they come. The secure room.
I like the way you put the synths first.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the railroad. That is our big deal.
You still put them on a list.
For their own good.
Nice.
They get a missile launcher to protect themselves, it's fine.
I feel like that you've kind of got the extremes of defence here. You've got your weapons check counter with a mini nuke,
Yeah.
just in case, and then you've got a panic room with a rocket launcher.
But they've got, a safe that'll be full of supplies. The comms so they can hack into they can see the security cameras so they can see when the attacks subsided. We've got first aid. We've obviously got red warning lights because the panic room is...
So, can you, inside the panic room, close the door?
No. Not manually in-game. Now, that's because the railroad, the agents, put you in the panic room and then close the panic room.
So...
And I would say the console would allow you to open the door from the inside.
Because I was going to say, if you can't open the door from the inside, it's not so much a panic room as it is a tomb.
Yeah. This button technically is the only thing that activates the door in the game.
Because doors have a huge problem with opening.
But in my mind, yeah, you get sealed in by the railroad agents, and then the terminal will be set for a timer or whatever, or a dead man's lock or whatever. Something that allows them to.
I really hope it's not just a timed lock. That'd be awful. You're stuck in here for 20 hours, and the Brotherhood stay for 21.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fair comp.
So, on with a bit more of the training stuff. So, that's for the actual Sims to get brought here.
Yep. Okay, so that's Sims dealt with.
We've got command and espionage
and training down there. Yeah.
Then more training. So.
And living quarters are on the opposite. They're living quarters
center,
there. Yeah, there.
So you're not going to make it very far in the wasteland if you don't know how to fire a weapon.
So there's a battle zone.
We do have a battle zone. We have a firing range.
Touch melodramatic there. Battle zone sign.
We have a firing range basically. So we have a few extra weapons here because these are the live weapons in use. And this is where our weapons master downstairs, gently guarding his post, would be actually in his guard chair.
With his Nuka-Cola and beer.
But yeah, so these are the range of weapons that people get trained with. So Gauss rifles, hunting rifles, even a Gatling laser.
Yeah, the full range though.
Full range of stuff. And we've got, weaponry and ammo on hand. And yes, once again, all these ammo and bullets are individually placed.
Yeah, individually placed.
Even that Gauss rifle, I had to actually manually pick up and place on the table and then lock it so its physics were turned off.
So it doesn't just fall over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That table's all built. This room was empty, was this room? Because this is one of the ones that you originally came through, when you were cycling the facility.
Yeah.
So there's now an out of order door placed over the security was.
I like it.
We've got wall safe, fusion cells, all sorts, and waiting bench when you wait. Because this is the stand behind the rail.
Oh, I
while
see.
people firing at the firing range are firing down range.
Oh, okay. I was worried for a moment there that you were talking about that was where the people firing down range stood.
No.
I'm like, that's a little unsafe. There's a main walkway
That's
there.
the safety rail. So when people aren't firing, stand behind the safety rail, while the people who are firing are taking a knee at the sandbags. Or stood at the sandbags. So, this is the firing range, where basically the range master, while training, will be calling shots.
So yeah, you've got a target there, you've got a little man-sized target over there.
So there's all sorts. So,
Yeah.
sort of from right to left we'll go. So you've got your collapsed caution sign. Which, by the way, do you remember the facility? This collapsed roof section and rubble on the floor is already there.
Yeah, but you've added the buoys and stuff.
Yes, but I've built into it. Rather than
Yeah.
removing the rubble and just scrapping it, I've made it into the
You've
firing
made it
range.
part of
the range.
Yeah, talk about it.
And do you know, so the nearest side is an actual
It's
railroad.
actual
sign.
railroad sign. The first thing we've seen that's something to do with trains.
But you've got your caution sign, your construction sign,
Men at work, the barriers.
hazard barrier, boys and chains from the ceiling, and that is an actual mannequin dressed up in a Simf Institute soldier gear.
Yeah.
So that's what the actual like weaponized Simps wear when they come out.
Yeah.
on the
So
surface.
you've got your tires, your sign. You've got some more soundbites.
You've got signs correctly numbered for you. So you've got first sign, second sign.
Yeah.
Actually, say first and second.
Yeah.
You've got an arrow indicating around the corner because there is around the corner.
Oh yes, I can just see it.
Yeah. Can you see on each of these white posts as well? There's a bottle. There's a
Oh,
a
yeah,
milk
you can just
cola
see them
bottle, a
stood
beer
up,
bottle,
yeah.
all that shit, which is what those are for. There is resupplies.
There is resupplies from when people shoot bottles.
So in addition to being a basic firing range,
It's a quite an advanced firing range, to be completely
Yeah.
honest.
well, it can also be used as a bit of a little assault course thing, where it's kind of like, right, you run and fire, run and fire, run and fire.
Yeah, so,
you pick your
so
target.
you're not just doing static.
You're not just doing static
Okay,
firing. So as you're advancing, you've got so you can be knocking each
I
other
hadn't
off.
noticed the garden gnome on the bike.
The garden gnome on the bike,
Right,
yeah,
I
that's
like
another target. So this is your so you've got the Synth in the actual Synth gear
Yeah.
as a target. And if you're advancing down the range of therefore reaching the harder targets, so you've hit your first target, you hit your second target, you turn left, you then get presented with a courser.
Yes, the natural progression, I suppose.
Your arrow leading you round. And after first and second target, you of course have third target.
Yeah.
You get a sign telling you to stop. So it's like stop, take position, take aim.
Yeah.
So you've got Corsair, another bottle, another target, stop sign, and then if you advance again.
I do feel that that's probably easier than the first stuff because it's closer.
But it depends where you want to call the shots from. You can actually, if you really want, at the Corsair.
Yeah, so
You
you
can
can
actually take shots from like over here, right down the far end of the range.
Yeah, so you have good.
There's a variety.
Yeah, there is a bit of scope to it. Yeah.
So as you run round, you then double back on yourself for the final sort of. You spin round, you know, parking signs and a dead end.
Dead end and a vault boy.
And a very
Is it
particular Vault Boy.
Is it the fire? Is it the small gun?
It's the small guns Vault Boy.
Oh, very much like that.
It deliberately has to be that one, of course it is.
Yeah, although I do feel that perhaps somewhere in there you should hide the stealth one.
Stealth. Oh, yeah.
The sneak one,
I
sorry.
try not to put too many bobbleheads in each settlement. I try to only maybe put one in because it'd be really easy to just put like 10 in each one.
Yeah.
So I was like, this firing range is pretty nice though, so I thought I need to have for the small arms.
So are your little bobbleheads your own sort of remarks? Your
Yeah,
own
my
sort
little
of,
remarks. And,
your own sort of
like signatures.
signatures, yeah, your own little, yes, I'm proud of this.
You can see the brick wall behind.
Yes,
that?
it's another brick up entrance.
That's another brick up entrance. It's all very organically built into the space, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah, there's a lot of it that, I mean, particularly because my memory of the Mechanist Lair is like, 6 months old, it is sort of...
I've deliberately got all the, all these metal grills are in place, sandbags around all the edges to absorb stray bullets. It's like all these concrete blocks are all in there. Like the cinder blocks and stuff. So I've tried to limit as much chance of stray fire, so like no one's firing down this range. But there is also another security measure here. And you might notice all this wiring.
What have you done?
So, if we get the call that the facility is under attack at any point,
If it's all gone through, bar.
yep, if we've got the Institute or the Brotherhood or whoever knocking down the door,
Yeah.
and the Sims have been locked away in their panic room,
Yeah.
we need an escape route for the rest of the railroad.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because I assume in the idea isn't you don't just die heroically after having locked the things away.
Yeah. So there is an escape hatch built into the facility. Now I went out and scouted it to make sure I got the right door in the facility. Is the other door that actually leads to the
one that actually
surface
leads to the surface entrance. Okay.
Yeah. Now, the big in-joke on this firing range is there's one thing on this range you do not...
Is it the target?
It's the target. The one thing we don't fire at is the actual target with the arrow pointing at it. Because only railroad agents would know this, but if you actually shoot the target... There we go.
Oh, you've brought a mini
That
gun.
may actually open the out-of-order door.
Oh, that is
So we can escape into the facility, which is on a timer and auto closes behind us. So any pesky Brotherhood or Institute that have chased us into the facility...
You can go up to the firing range to escape.
Yep, which means we also run past all the guns that are to hand.
Yeah, so if you're not armed, you could be.
Yep.
Oh, no,
We bail on it.
that shows a lot of probability.
And if the Institute or whoever's been chasing us are like, where did they go? They're not going to think to fire down the range.
They're
to
not,
activate
yeah,
the door.
they're not necessarily. I mean, yeah, I would probably get one of your people with a silence weapon to shoot at it. If they see you all run into the range and they hear a minigun, they might take a guess.
But
Yeah, no, I like that. That's clever.
we do also have a way of getting back in.
A way of getting back in.
And then you can reset it again afterwards.
You have to put that bit of logic to it. I like that's clever.
Now, there is another training aspect here.
Go on.
Do you ever remember these pipes being here? That's because they weren't.
Is this so you could send people crawling through ducts?
A little bit. So if you've got your combat training down there.
Yep.
You've got your
Firearms
firearm training up here. You even have your espionage training.
With yeah.
So this is your endurance training. This is your physical training.
Go on then. Let's have. I didn't notice that door then when you would just turn back around. Only after you mentioned it.
So this is the assault course.
Why is there a bell?
Because have you ever seen Ninja Warrior?
Oh, yeah.
When you get to the end of the course, you ring the bell. That's when you get your timings. You know?
This is Railroad Warrior.
Yes. So there's a few different routes through this assault course, and I apologise in advance if it crashes during any of this, because this can get a little intense. There's a fair few objects going on here.
Let's see how far we get.
So again, you'll have guys up here to starting your timing, like right, ding your bell here, and you're gonna run out. You'll also notice there's a home plate as well. I was going to place first, second, and third bases throughout the assault course, but again, something I didn't get a chance to do before I hit the build limit. So you've got your arrow telling you where to go. So you get indicators as you go throughout. So there's about 3 tiers to it. So we'll take the most central and direct route and we'll loop back round.
Okay.
Which is literally straight through the centre. So dodging past the wall, jumping over the cinder blocks, over the other concrete dividers, jump down, which bear in mind you can jump to grab that as you fall down.
To drop down, yeah.
But there is a ladder to climb back up.
Or the ladder if you want to go at it safely.
Then you've got your slalom.
Also,
to actually run through
you
this.
see, I thought hurdles.
Hurdles or slalom, either or, whatever you want to do. Then you have to dive under this bar to reach the far end, where you then ding the bell at this side to show.
Which is we're back by Prime.
Back by Prime. And we've got our bench there.
But wait.
Now that is repeatable in the opposite direction, as every drop down or direct line has a ladder, so you can run the course on both ends. So you could attempt to run it back this way, climb up the ladder and get to the other end and ring the bell there. Now, for my own sake, I'm going to loop back around over the top, play a character to go, because I can't actually physically use the ladders. Game function.
They're just there for.
Yeah.
So we can go right.
You can go right, which is leading you up the course. So you have to jump over concrete, past the chains, round the wall, past the cutout of the gangster.
The gangster, yeah.
You have to jump through the open or closed chain gate. Yeah. So this takes you up onto a gantry, up and over the pipe, so you can actually see the other pipes, so you can see how all this is.
Yeah, it's all legit,
proof again that I've got a little bit too much here, right? You know how the game tries to save frame rate by despawning some sort
Yeah,
of
you
pawn?
can see it's clipping in that down the bottom of the pipe there. You can see it's lit.
It's not important though, but it has decided to start despawning the walls up this high.
Oh,
You should be able to
yeah.
see them. Because it doesn't. It's like that's how much stuff is here. It's actually despawning parts of the Mechanist lair.
I like it.
So you got your stop sign to
Yeah.
let you know that you need to be careful because you are about to drop down. So you need to jump to your bar and drop or clamber down however you want. But this is also so you can be seen as you're running across here.
Oh yeah, that's what you.
Yeah. So the original plan down there was that was going to be the recreational area where everyone sat and watched.
So pool table, you know,
betting table
Bet-
to bet some people running the course.
Yeah.
And the people actually stand at those railings because they're actually designed to interact with them. So they'll stand and lean at those railings to shout and yell and whoop and holler as they.
there's people running through the obstacle
running the
course.
course and taking bets on it.
Ah.
Which is why, as well, when you drop down, a lot of it has these grates you actually see through, so you can see as you're advancing.
So it is sort of partially viewable.
Yes, it's partially viewable, including immediately above the command centre. There's people running around. So you drop down here from that top tier, and you go slalom your way again.
Yeah, yeah. Another drop.
Yeah, and you drop back down here, and then once again you're back at home
You're
base.
back at your home
Ding.
point. I'm impressed you've got 3 routes into it. I mean, the 2 is pretty good.
Given the amount of space.
Yeah, given it's so sort of integrated.
Yeah. So then, if you run through here and go left,
Go
instead,
left instead of straight down.
Yeah. First of all, you have a dead end.
Yeah.
Which was where I was going to put one of the dead drop items. I was going to put like a washing
Okay.
machine in here and have people come find it.
Have a dead drop at a dead end.
Yep. We've got a very dangerously open pipe, deliberately dangerous.
Deliberately
sort of
dangerous,
thing,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
it is
well,
more than often safe, but it's like, don't come running around too fast, otherwise
Yeah.
you are just going to fall.
More haste, less speed, as I
Less
say.
speed. When you round this corner, is pretty much your jungle gym corner. All your various hanging objects, low
Yeah,
hanging
things for you to
beams.
dodge and
It's
sort
like,
of.
ah,
I have a feeling this is probably meant to be done at speed, but quietly.
yeah, speed but quiet, that's the point, yeah.
Yeah, so you.
So we're back here to where you drop down from that seat.
So where you don't have the pipe, and then you're back
But
to.
you can turn left here instead. At
Oh,
which point, this is the equivalent of jumping through the tyres.
Yeah. Doing a little.
You go
Yeah,
slalom
you
your way
will-
across
yeah.
all the cinder blocks while avoiding the barbed wire. And then dropping down your chute down here. And down your ladder, down your beam, and then you drop down and you're by the bell and you ring the bell.
And
the bell does work as well, by the way.
They do actually ding.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, there's about 3 or 4 different routes. That
I think, yeah, you could.
you can run it forwards and backwards, and you can be seen doing it, and people are taking bets on it.
That is quite in depth actually for something that I had honestly just taken as part of the scenery up until this point. But that's very impressive.
That's your assault cost.
Although I mean I have noticed now that you did deliberately avoid this end until now. But no, but well done, well hidden.
Then the last little bits of the facility that we still have. So around Prime.
Yeah, so we've got up around Prime.
Now on the other side of the facility, we do have the medical wing.
Oh, so we've got a human medical wing as well.
An actual human medical wing for our agents. So we do have a few things lying around for Prime, working on.
Yeah, it was like paint there.
Yeah. But we do have an actual medical wing for any purely human. Because synths don't need synth work the entire time. We've got a radiation chamber.
A radiation shower, yeah,
get
decontamination
complete with shower curtain.
And also pegs for towels.
Pegs for towels. Spray. And we do also have
A jail.
we have a little cage in
Or-
case we have some visitors who might not always.
A
You just-
brig.
Yeah, a brig essentially. It's not.
Although I do like the way that your passive restraints, your handcuffs, are inside the jail.
In case we need them.
Yeah, no, absolutely, no, that's fine. I mean, I would personally put them at the entrance in case you need to arrest someone, but obviously you went for the mini nuke as the pacification option there.
Yeah.
We could cuff you, but
So we've got a few things in here. Chems.
yeah, well, there was always going to be chems if you
were.
were here, weren't there?
Of course there were. I was surprised there were any chems in here because I've been here. Little training medical facility journal. So our trained physician.
That's
will
that
be here
old
helping
adage, isn't it? Why do doctors call what they do practice? It's like, I'll be your doctor today. Page 1, stitching. Page 2, surgery.
You'll see again the power has made its way in here. conduits on the wall, it has made its way. And that ends up being like a.
And that is another
radio.
that is another bricked up entrance.
That is another bricked up entrance.
With the first aid kit hung on it.
Yep.
That's...
And then this is a personal favourite of mine, and I think one of my favourite features.
Yes, like I said, there is. I did notice a set of stairs there.
Right. This is something which seems like you don't really think about it until you do, and then you realise this is something the railroad actually have. Do you remember the holotapes you actually find around that let you know the railroad exists and they try to use them to recruit people?
Yeah, there's sort of recruitment stuff,
Yeah. Where do you think all the recruitment stuff comes from?
So you've put a recording studio.
We may have a recording studio for propaganda purposes for the railroad.
It's particularly plush. Oh, because there's a camera, so there's actually films, which explains why it's so plush.
We've got our sound decks and everything.
Yeah.
We actually have on-air recording propaganda studio.
That's really good.
Recruiting
And it is
recruits.
such a sort of, you know, like you say every time it's such a set. It's very obviously a set.
Yeah,
because none of the order of your training facility, none of everything else is so rich and plush and sort of opulent until we get up to the bit where you're recording propaganda. It even stops at the edge of the camera.
carpet is only so far.
Yeah, only sort of that is such a sort of a make, do, amend sort of attitude.
We do also have a few things for motivational purposes while we're here. So, for anyone who's obviously waiting for interviews or waiting to be,
I like to think that people try to sneak up here just to sit on the comfiest chair in the building.
That
is
actually Deliverance.
Yeah, it's Deliverance. Yeah,
I donated it to the facility.
That's very good of you.
For motivation.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it down for love nor money.
And similarly, so we've got our nice.
So from camera view,
point of
you're
view,
a little bit more right in that, aren't you?
You've got on screen the lantern, the railroad flag, the signature cigarette at the leader's desk.
Yeah,
we have
the power armor.
We have the railroad agent, and we even have the railroad painted power armor.
Yes,
well
that is very nice, and I do like that shelving with the gun display and the books and
the Y.
Yeah, and there's just a hint of sort of that revolutionary poster there.
The revolutionary poster, and that again, that is actually a Corsair ship.
Oh,
and to say that is a reminder that we can do this. We can beat the.
I almost feel that should be on the desk in the middle, sort of, you know, maybe closed up, so you can sort of go in and they can just open it. We will win, sort of thing. And a coffee pot, because obviously this is difficult work.
Yeah.
Is that a tiny railroad flag on the desk?
Yes, that is the standing railroad flag that I've scaled down. So it's, you know, when you see the ones like literally the presidents have and stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Yeah,
that's the intention. It's like, you know, this is our commander in chief.
Although no ashtray.
That doesn't need it.
Well, you've stubbed the cigarette out on. You've
on his arm because he's a badass.
So you can't just tip ash on the floor. It's the only place you've carpeted in 3.5 levels. That's excellent. I really like that. That's a nice little touch.
And then, obviously, on top of that, you've got, you know, the camera with the space.
Yeah, the camera space to use it, and like a sound desk.
But then we've also got the soundboard where it's all been recorded.
Has that got a couple of holotapes on it?
Yes, which are hand placed.
Hand placed. I feel you should have like a stack of them, you know, like blank cassettes. Although knowing your build limit, you probably can't put any more down.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason. Can't get it.
Is that a fire extinguisher? Just down and right. Down.
Yes.
Did you put that there? That's that's the only place you've got like electronic equipment.
Yes, we've got to have it extinguished.
Huh?
We're doing a good job there. You'll be out in the wasteland soon. So yeah, thoughts overall?
I like it. That's actually very detailed and in such a compact space, because the Mechanist Lair is not big.
But it feels like I've got plenty in there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's quite a big area when you're running around it doing combat in it.
Wandering around the assault course, hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, I think
aerial suspended.
I am somewhat tied up between the assault course and the recording studio for my favourite bits. I mean, the armory is quite well done. I particularly enjoy the armory with the mini nuke as the first deterrent. That's tickled me a little bit, has that. But you know, living quarters are just living quarters. There's only so much you can do. There's so creative you can be with that. I like the addition of Prime. I do really like that spotlight.
It looks so nice.
Particularly now that you've pointed it out.
Facing a Prime.
It is facing a Prime. I'm a sucker for Olympic
I
Prime,
did also
so.
leave that wall open so the people in the propaganda studio
Yeah,
can see
I can sort of
Prime.
imagine. Yeah, you can imagine someone's filming. You know, Desmond is sat there doing this big speech, and sort of they do the whole pan round, like, look what we've got, and it's Liberty Prime. Sort of, you can see how that would be effective.
So yeah, so that is the.
That's good. I like that Mechanist's Lair.
That is the railroad training facility here at the Mechanist Lair.
I like that. That was very impressive. Thank you for showing it to me.
So guys, if you liked the video and if you want to see more Fallout Settlement builds, hit a like, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment below, and any suggestions for future builds are also welcome.
If you are subscribing, and this is something I've heard a lot from around YouTube, make sure you click the bell icon so you get all the notifications from Count Hillary and not just what YouTube thinks you may want to see.
And don't forget also to follow me on Twitter @Count. So yeah, thanks guys for coming out, and we'll be back soon with more Fallout 4. See you later.
Bye.